Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, what is the lateral surface area of the triangular prism below? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles in the grid below. Be sure to use the correct place value. Okay, so what is it that I need to find? I need to find the lateral surface area. And the shape that we're dealing with is a triangular prism. Okay, so the word triangular should remind you of a triangle, right? So that should also make the connection with, oh, so do you mean the bases are triangles? Yes, the bases should be triangles. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is find the formula for lateral surface area. Okay, so we still have an S for the beginning, right? But lateral requires a smaller formula than total surface area. Okay, so the formula is P times H, where P stands for the perimeter of the base. Okay, and the height is the distance between the two bases. Okay, so let's go ahead and find what is perimeter for us. Okay, so remember the perimeter. All we gotta do is add up all the sides of my bases. Now, my bases in this case, it's gonna be a triangle. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do is I want to outline the perimeter of my base. So that means I'm going to outline these three sides because those are the sides of my triangle. Now, if you look at the top shape, it should match the one below. In other words, they should be congruent. Okay, so those are the two triangles. They're my bases, right? And I can use the measurements of either the top or the bottom triangle to complete my perimeter. So how do I find perimeter? All I need to do is add all the sides. Okay, in this case, I don't need to use any formula. All I need to do is add up the sides. So I will add 9 centimeters plus 18.4 centimeters, which are these two. And I'm missing one more side, right? Which is this one over here. What's the measurement for that one? Well, if you look at the triangle that is like on the cover on the top, it's 13 centimeters. Therefore, this side should also be 13 centimeters. Because remember, we agreed that bases are congruent. So that's 13. If I add up all my sides, okay, so I'm going to add 9 plus 18.4 plus 13, I will get 40.4 centimeters. And that is my perimeter, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my formula. And do you see where the P is? That's perimeter. That's where I'm going to replace my 40.4. Okay, so I am going to write down S equals 40.4 centimeters times the height. Well, remember what we said, the height is the distance between the two bases. So this line right here is actually connecting the two bases. So therefore, that is your height of the prism. Okay, so let's write it down in the parentheses. So I'm going to write down 28.2 centimeters. Okay, so the height is replaced with 28.2 centimeters. Okay, and of course the perimeter was 40.4 centimeters. And all I need to do is now I need to multiply those two numbers. Okay, and when I do multiply, I get 1,139.28. And since we're talking about area, it will be square centimeters. Okay, So what I need to do next, I need to write it down in my answer on my grid, right? So I'm going to write down 1,139. And notice how after the 39, there is a decimal. There's my decimal right there. And then the last two numbers are 28. Okay? It is positive. If you do not fill in the positive sign, it's totally okay. So let's finish it up. So this is 1. The next number is also a 1. Next one is a 3. Make sure that you also bubble in the 9. If you don't, then the computer will believe that it's 113. So this is the 9. I already have the decimal, and I'm gonna bubble in the 2 and the 8. And that will be my final answer. Now I'm gonna give you an advice when it comes to the gradable, right? Even though the positive is not required for you to bubble it in, okay? It might help you because it's going to remind you that every answer should have either the positive or the negative. It's up to you, right? It's like I said, it's not required, but it might help you to avoid not writing maybe a negative when it's actually needed.